In our world today, one of the biggest things that people push when they become parents, when they have children at a certain point, is that they want their children to go to college. We do have to realize though that college is not for everyone and that we can't push our children to do that. One of the more important things that people worry about when they think about college is all of the money that they have to put in, all of the loans that may have to be taken out if you don't have that money. And it's just been a hardship, especially in the US where our student debt is going into the trillions and it seems to be nothing done about it. So I'm here to try to change your mind if you may have a different idea on why college should be free for everybody. One of the first points I want to talk about is how making college free would allow people to go gain an education post high school. One of the more unnatural things that we see is that so many people that leave high school don't want to go to college. And it's not because they don't want to, as in will, is that they can't afford it. And this leads to so many people being out of education at a young age and being stuck in that point where you only have a high school education and no degree. And that really gets you nowhere. And then even when they get to college, most of them don't stay in because of that financial reason. I was reading an article on education.org entitled College Dropout Rates. And it spoke on it pretty well when it says, among the most prominent issues that could cause a student to drop out of college are financial conflicts or money. So I think that we should definitely begin to take a step in that direction because this is not just from any random site. This takes data from states around the country that give their dropout percentages. And speaking of dropout percentages, from that same article, it states that 38% of the dropouts come from financial instability as of June 20th, 2021. So I think that's one of the things we should definitely prioritize. And here you can see a graph here where most people in the ages between 18 to 29 support having tuition-free college, around 77% compared to 33% who do not. And then we have 62 who support making tuition free for people that want to attend college at public universities. The second point we will look at is student debt, which as you can see by the graph continues to rise and the trend doesn't show that it's going to stop. Student debt and student loan debt is one of the more important reasons why people are scared to go to college and go and get an education because they're more afraid of what they have to pay for after they get an education. It's more as though a collateral. We want the education, we want your money. And that leads to so many people leaving without a college education. I was reading another article by Rose Garcia entitled Debt-Free College, Principles for Prioritizing Low Income. And one of her quotes was, this brief calls on federal and state lawmakers to prioritize low-income students, students of color, and immigrants in federal and state partnerships and college promise programs by ensuring that low-income students can obtain post-secondary credentials without incurring student loan debt. So as you can see, most of these people in the field, most of the people in this field want to be able to see that you can make these programs and prove that they can work so that you can make college more affordable for people as they cannot afford it. So as you can see here, this is going by trillions, and in 2020, we were at $1.7 trillion in student loan debt. And the last point that I want to discuss that I feel is the most important to me is how the social equality plays into not being able to go to college. So not having free college, most of the people that graduate high school and don't have the grades or don't have the money, they really don't go to college. And this leads to an incredible education gap and intelligence gap between our classes, as we are a classes society. So you can see that many of the people up top are educated, but the people at the bottom still have the same amount of intelligence people at the top. They just don't have the money to get to that education. And we can see this here as we look at an article by the University of the People entitled 5 Reasons Why Colleges Should Be Free, The Case for Debt-Free Education by Alison Hockman. Hockman says that a lot of the brightest minds in the world stem from low-income households, and that should not hold them back from gaining an education. So we can see here that Some of the people that you may think, oh, they didn't go to college, they're not smart. Those same people may be just as intelligent as you, but they don't get the same opportunity because college is not afforded to them because they just don't have the money. And I think that's very important that we look at that because there's so many people that can help their families out and so many people that can go and pursue jobs that have that work ethic that people that already have the jobs do not. But we'll never know if they'll be able to show off that ethic because they just cannot get in a position where they can provide how much they can work because they just can't get that education. So after hearing this, I hope you now have a different mindset on why college should be free and how much education truly affects our society. One point I want to leave you to resonate with is from edsource.com by Morley Winograd and Max Lubin entitled Tuition-Free College is Critical to Our Economy. They say that free college tuition programs have proved effective in helping mitigate the system's current inequalities by increasing college enrollment, lowering dependency on student loan debt, and improving competition rates, especially among students of color and low-income students who are also often the first in their family to attend college. So you can see here that it's more important that we press these officials to make college free so that we can be able to put our kids in college and not have to worry about things such as student loan debt or the inequality they may face due to them being a lower income student and not getting the same opportunity as someone who may have paid their way into college. Thank you.